What is up, my MMA brothers and sisters? Welcome to a quick episode. I just wanted to give you guys the results of the main card of UFC 251 Fight Island. Whew, what a great event. Hopefully, you guys all saw it. For those that didn't, let me at least give you my 2 cents about the event, as it definitely delivered. So, let me just run through the main card. Won't take too much of your time. Let's get through it. All right. So, Amanda Ribas took full advantage, used Paige as, hey, UFC set her up, right? Do a show. She got the finish, armbar, first round. With Paige, I saw a lot of the same, really. She usually likes to stick and move, but she did a lot of moving, not a lot of sticking. And Ribas just basically got her down, threw her down, and just used her jiu-jitsu, eventually got her arm, and showed how good she really is. And whoever was watching, that's why she was on the pay-per-view. Going against a big name like Paige, basically got a lot of that shine, and now everyone's paying more attention. So good on her. Then we have Jessica Andrade versus Rose Namajunas. Now, this fight right here, we had 3 rounds of it. And so in the first 2 rounds, I would say a lot of the same in regards to Rose sticking and moving, pushing out the jab, keeping the distance. There were certain moments where Jessica would kind of rush in, but Rose did a really good job of just kind of staying away from the fence, right? Kind of staying away from the whole grappling part of it, so we didn't repeat what history did, right? And so I was not necessarily like it was boring or anything. It was freaking beautiful, right? A great performance. So going into the 3rd round, I was like, we're probably going to see a lot of the same. Maybe Jessica's going to be a little more aggressive, but I figured we were going to see the same. Well, Jessica started throwing bombs, and Rose just started getting tagged. And so I was like biting my nails. I was going for Rose, and I was like, please don't just get knocked out or something like that, because she was just there willing to fight. And for me, it was a little obvious that she was up 2. So I don't know, in her head, it could be 1-1. I need to win this 3rd round. She's not going to lay down, right? So she just fought back as if she was losing the first 2 rounds, or at least one of them. Now, she got banged up. She got a big gash on her nose. She got a big black eye for it, but she just made it entertaining. It just got turned up because it just looked like Jessica had a chance, but Rose was just in the fight, still going forward. So she scared me, but she still stuck it out to the end. Got the win. It was a split decision, but I really think it was 2-1 ultimately. But either way, Rose got the win. She looked very happy in regards to just having a good time, fighting the way she really felt she wanted to. So good on her. I'm very happy for her. All right, Peter Yan, Jose Aldo. Oh my God. So really, I thought Peter Yan was gonna, just be a bulldozer, right? Just kind of go forward and just kind of do what he does. And especially versus like Jose Aldo, where, like Max Holloway is just spamming him. And it just, that was the success that he would get. Now, Max Holloway, being definitely a longer fighter, was able to do that. So with Peter Yan, and obviously they've trained together, they fought, they know each other a little bit. And I think the game plan ultimately was to just get him into the late rounds and then put the pressure on, which is exactly what he did. But I'm going to say this. Jose Aldo looked great. He was actually leg kicking. I thought we got the original Jose Aldo back. We got the leg kicks to where Peter Yan had to switch stances, and it looked like Peter Yan was having trouble in southpaw. But as the fight kept on going, it looked like he got comfortable in that stance, at least against Jose Aldo in this case. And so once round 4 kind of came in, he started pushing the pace. I think that's when he started noticing Jose Aldo moving back a lot. And I think he just smelled blood. So when it came into the 5th round, he just put it on from the beginning, and it was brutal. The referee gave him every chance in the world. It was one of those fights where I was yelling, "Stop it." And he finished the fight. So I think it was part of his plan to just kind of take him into those late rounds and just kind of finish him in that fashion. Well, he definitely did do that. I think it's a great new champion that we have. It made me definitely want to crave Aljamain Sterling even more. I hope that's probably the next fight, right? So there it is. We got a new champ. But Jose Aldo, hopefully, he likes to continue to fight because he's definitely going to be a tough fighter to pass in those top 5 of the bantamweights. Okay, and then we had Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. So I really I did choose Alex to win. And I honestly thought I was going to see a lot of the same. And early on, I kind of felt like, oh, here we go again. But then Max started winning the exchanges. In the first one, he would kind of get hit or leg kicked, and there wasn't any fighting back. He wouldn't counter right away. In this time, he would. He'd get kicked, and he'd make sure he'd kick him back. So he was definitely he made all the adjustments that I felt he needed to do. And I really just figured it was a really high hill to climb to make so many adjustments. And I felt Alex just needed to do the same plus a little bit more. But boy, was I basically wrong on that, because Alex found a way. He kept on pushing. Max made it a fight. It was definitely a split decision. I did have Alex winning 3-2 rounds. It was really, to me, 2-2 to go to the 5th. So it was a great championship fight. All these championship fights were great. And so I think at the 5th round, he was just winning more of the exchanges, and then he kind of took him down right at the end, which probably gave him the nod. So super close fight. I even noticed that Max had slits on his shorts, so I figured he was going to do way more leg kicking, which he did. So it was just a great fight. Max really made it a fight and made me crave like maybe a third one, or let's get some separation. I think that's definitely healthy. Get Max some other contender, which would definitely be fun. Give Alex a new contender, which would definitely be fun. But I was just super happy to see that Max made adjustments, made it a fight compared to the first one where it was a little one-sided. All right, so Alex stays a champ. Then we went into the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. So my heart was definitely going for Masvidal on this fight. A lot of people are like, oh, he's going to knock him out, this and that and the other. But I think even if Masvidal had a full camp, I still feel that Usman would have done a lot of the same, which was going to be wrestling, pushing against the fence, and just grinding. Overall, just grinding. With a little bit of the stand-up, which he does hit hard. I didn't really foresee a knockout or anything like that, but I saw the grind. And that's exactly what we ended up seeing. So it really wasn't the most exciting, but it really was exciting, especially the first few rounds. Because Masvidal, whenever they were standing, my heart would race, and it was just exciting, right? Because you could just feel the possibility of Masvidal doing something, getting a knockout. But Usman did a good job. He really did foresee a lot of his movements. He shot in with great timing. I mean, some shots were kind of easy. He just reached over, grabbed his leg. And I think it's one of those things that I've always felt that Masvidal's kryptonite is that wrestler, or is that person that's going to push. Because guess what? When somebody goes for a shot, of course you can try to uppercut, you can try to knee, these type of things. But what's really important for defense is you got to put your hands down. You got to kind of put your hands down to block their body, to begin the underhooking and just begin the defense. And that's exactly what he did. And so he did a great job of, trying to stay on his feet. When he did go on the ground, it wasn't for long. And that didn't surprise me. I didn't see Masvidal getting finished or anything like that. But Usman would push him against the fence, punch him in the body, just like Tyron Woodley. He was kicking him in the foot a lot. Definitely one of those annoying things, but that's what I mean. It's like when somebody has the tools to win the game, it is a fight, but it's a game. There's rules. He's going to win, right? And Masvidal only had the opportunity of knocking him out. So whenever that's the only real thing that you can bank on, while Usman is the bigger fighter, the stronger fighter, more cardio, especially with the short notice, Usman just did what he did, gained the belt. But at least everybody saw it. Of course, we're going to want a full camp Jorge Masvidal, but I definitely don't think it's going to be right away. I think it should very well be Jorge Masvidal. I mean, versus anyone is going to be a great fight. We get that going, and we revisit this fight again, and we'll get excited again. Full camp Masvidal versus Huisman. We're all going to want it. But that was basically the main card of UFC 251 Fight Island. It was a freaking blast, and I just wanted to do one of these because I've never done them. So hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys thought about the fights. And I won $20 on that main event because somebody wanted to bet me $20, and I can't say no to that. Peace out, MMA brothers and sisters.